So let's talk about the 7 laws of subluxation. The first law of subluxation is that we don't typically feel them. By the time we do, those nerves are already inflamed and your body is already in a crisis. We learned earlier that in order for us to have a symptom, our body had to drop from 100% function down to 60% function before we even have a symptom. So we don't want to wait. Number 2 is that subluxations, when they're left in the spine, they cause degeneration or arthritis. And we all have heard the term degenerative disc disease before. But what we've heard is that it typically comes with age. I've seen x-rays on patients of mine who are 14 years old and they have worse spines than some of my 70-some-year-old patients. So most people are like, well, why is that? Well, age ties in to years of neglect. If you have subluxations in your spine and you don't get them taken care of, obviously the older you're going to get, the more degeneration, the more arthritis you're going to have, the more damage that's going to be there. Number 3 law of subluxation, or the third law of subluxation, is that every single person with a spine is susceptible to subluxations. I adjusted my son as soon as he was born. That's why we have a great pediatric practice in our office, because we want to make sure that we're eliminating those subluxations or that damage in the spine as soon as we can, so that way they have many years of proper growth and development as they get older. The fourth law of subluxation is that nutrition, exercise, yoga, acupuncture, you name it, they're phenomenal for health, but they've never been researched to actually correct subluxations. So we can't have people thinking that, if you just go and you get a massage once a month, that's taking care of that underlying damage in the spine and the nervous system. It might make you feel great and it's great for your health, but it's not going to solve that underlying cause. The fifth law of subluxation, the only doctors trained to actually analyze and correct and remove subluxations from the spine are chiropractors. That's what we are trained to do. All right, and the sixth law of subluxation is the only way that you're able to actually see subluxations in the spine is through a full spine set of x-rays. So that way we can know exactly where you have subluxations in your spine, what areas are being affected, and then how bad the damage actually is. So that way we can give you a customized treatment plan on what it will take to fix your spine and get you back to health. Now the seventh law of subluxation is going to be, if you have subluxations in your spine, how long do you want to wait before you actually do something about it? When we're talking about health being 100% function and the spine and the nervous system controlling function and health, think about your bank account. If you had money right now just leaking out of your bank account, how soon do you want to know that? Hopefully you'd want to know that really soon, right? Because that's important to us. What about if you had a nail in your tire and you were about to go on a road trip? When would you want to find out that you had a nail in your tire? Before you go or after your tire blows off? You might want to know as soon as possible, right? So if we're talking about money and we're talking about our cars, don't you think our health is a little bit more important than that?